Michael Jordan's old mansion is making headlines again. It's now being offered for rent on Airbnb. Jake Paul just bought an absolute compound in Georgia for $39 million. Today we're talking about some of the top celebrity real estate headlines from the last couple weeks. Let's get into it. For our first story of the day, we are going to start in the Hollywood Hills, okay? Anna Kendrick, she just sold her house and she made a pretty good profit. This house Anna bought when she starred in the Pitch Perfect movie way back in 2010. It was actually her starter home. She paid just $1 million for it at the time. $1 million might sound like a lot for a starter home. I guess it kind of is, but this is the Hollywood Hills we're talking about. You got amazing views from the master bedroom. There is a little bit of outdoor space off this living room. A bit of a random detail, but just something that stood out to me. Look at the stair treads. Look how they're kind of like protruding out of this coat closet. I like how they made the sink the same material as they did the rest of the countertops. It's a nice touch. We got a little built-in breakfast nook over here. I don't know how much, if any, work Anna did to this house while she lived here or after she moved out, but if you do the math, she made like $1 million on this thing compared to what she bought it for, so not bad for your first house. For our next story of the day, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we are talking about the Michael Jordan mansion again. I feel like this place has been in the headlines for at least a year now. This is that infamous mansion that Michael took like 10 years to sell. He finally did sell it though, and the new owner has come up with some different creative ideas on what to do with it. His latest business plan is to list the home on Airbnb at a rate of around $120,000 per week. Absolutely insane amount of money. I can't imagine anybody wanting to spend that much money on an Airbnb unless it's like in the Hamptons or something. But here's the listing. They call it Champions Point Legendary Living. As far as the location goes, this in Highland Park, north of Chicago. It's not even right on the water. I'm not gonna lie though, it would be kind of cool to stay here. Like, could you imagine doing laps in the basketball-shaped swimming pool? Or walking through the basketball-shaped entry. I guess it does make for a good Airbnb though. You got a putting green here, a tennis court, tons of space inside. It's got this like game room / cigar lounge. It's funny actually too, because you look at these photos, like here's the kitchen, it looks just like it always did. The new owner, I don't think, has done anything to this place other than maybe add a little bit of furniture. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other bedrooms, which typically more bedrooms, more beds does equal a better Airbnb. I don't know though, you guys, $120,000 a week is an insane amount of money. Like, they're gonna need to rent this place out at least, I don't know, 10 plus times per year in order for the numbers to pencil out and for it to make sense based on how much they paid for it. There's a lot of Michael Jordan fans out there, but is there that many who are willing to spend that much to stay in Highland Park for a week? I guess we'll see. Moving on, Bethenny Frankel just sold her Connecticut mansion. She got $8 million for this place. I guess it was time for Bethenny to flee the Connecticut area for a new life in Florida. She lived here since 2021 when she bought the house for just $4.25 million. This one is a 5-bedroom, 8-bathroom, 6,500 square foot house, and it's an old one. The place was built in 1743. The description says that this is actually one of the town's oldest structures. I believe it. Interesting detail on the ceiling inside. It almost looks like a leather or an alligator skin or something. Bethenny did do some updates in here. She added some marble countertops, and she also painted the cabinets black. Good look. Here's the living room. Here is the dining room. I don't look at Connecticut real estate very much, but this feels very Connecticut to me. They say the biggest reason that she decided to sell is she felt lonely here. Our last story of the day makes for probably the coolest property of the day. Jake Paul just paid $39 million for a hunting ranch. Jake shared on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast that he bought this house in Georgia with the money that he won in the Mike Tyson fight last year. It is a 5,563-acre property called Southlands. Talk about a lot of maintenance. I cannot imagine the logistics of owning this much land. They say, though, that the entire estate has been under management for the past 87 years. So I guess that means when you buy a place like this, you're also buying into the management team. And I'm sure he needs to pay an exorbitant amount of money just to basically keep that management team in place. To be honest, guys, too, I have no idea how it works owning a property like this, but from what I understand, there's like these ponds and hunting areas and fishing lakes and stuff. And it seems like this area or this property is actually available to the general public, kind of. So I'm not sure if it's a place where like people can come and hunt if they want to, or they're going to have to pay Jake a fee if they want to come get some deer or turkey or whatever. But yeah, like on the property website, there's tons of photos of like this, which tells me that it's not obviously public land, but maybe it is somehow sort of kind of available to the public. Seems like you see this more and more often where celebrities are trying to leave these big cities like LA and buy into properties like this where they can be more remote and they can just have some privacy. I get it. I think if I was Jake Paul, I probably would have bought this place too. That's a wrap for this week's episode, you guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below before you go. And I'm over here on the Estate Media channel every Monday, so don't forget to hit subscribe too if you want to see these episodes, and I'll see you then.